A man who's been studying martial arts since the age of 8. A man that made his boxing debut in the month of November in the country of Dubai on the undercard of a guy you may have heard of named Floyd Mayweather. He is a Muay Thai master, MMA practitioner, and tag team specialist, Bobby Fish.
And he's here tonight at TSW, looking to make an impact.
Bobby Fish is impactful everywhere he goes. Red Dragon in Ring of Honor. I believe the longest reigning tag team champions in the 21-plus year history of that brand. Undisputed Era in NXT. Bobby Fish is a newsmaker, and he's a dangerous man.
He's a newsbreaker, a backbreaker, but he's got his hands full tonight.
Matt Cross, the free spirit, the journeyman, the man who's lived a punk rock lifestyle his entire life, from a Misfits cover band to travels in over 30 foreign countries, territories, and islands. A man who just recently, and this is true, Nate, wrestled north of the Arctic Circle at an Eskimo reservation that I legitimately can't even pronounce. Matt Cross, whether it's Egypt, the Sudan, Qatar, La Reunion, if it's even heard of pro wrestling, Matt Cross has been there and probably won a championship.
Very impressive resume from M-Dog himself, Matt Cross.
Introducing first, from Ormond Beach, Florida, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is former AEW, WWE, and New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar, the infamous Bobby Fish! And his opponent, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 191 pounds, he is M-Dog, Matt Cross!
Matt Cross has that wrestling is forever mantra. It's his brand, it's his calling card. It speaks to his passion and how he feels traveling the world, competing against all different shapes, sizes, and backgrounds, and doing it, most importantly, Nate, on his terms. Not under contract, not to a big corporate billionaire. Matt Cross makes his own luck, his own opportunities, his own schedule, and when it comes to miles traveled and new uncharted territory forged, I think Matt Cross is without peer in pro wrestling.
Well, you're absolutely right about that. Between these two men, you got over half a century of experience in this business. We're going to see a clinic here tonight in TSW. Bobby Fish, Matt Cross. I don't particularly like either one of these guys, but I'm interested to see what they can do here in this ring.
I was very impressed by Matt Cross and his opponent a few months ago. Speaking of Matt Diesel, young 23-year-old really stepped up and showed that he can hang with Matt Cross, one of the absolute best in this part of the country. I think that was a matchup that put Mr. Diesel on the map. Hope to see a lot more of him here in TSW as time goes on. But Bobby Fish could play spoiler in Matt Cross's return. Bobby Fish knows how to tear tendons, contort ligaments, and completely dissect the human anatomy. He's been doing it his entire life.
Oh, absolutely. Bobby Fish is a guy, you don't want to run into him in a dark alley, but he will mess you up. And Matt Cross right now might think he has the advantage. Bobby Fish rolled out for just a second there to kind of regroup, but Bobby Fish, he's a dangerous individual. very much a student of the game, a guy that you don't want to get on the mat with because, as you said, he will rip you to pieces.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to depend on what type of match, what the tempo is. On the ground, Bobby Fish has very few peers. When it comes to aerial insanity, Matt Cross is one of those innovators when you could talk about X Division and All Elite and Junior Heavyweight and all these styles. Matt Cross was doing that before any of those terms really existed here in the United States.
No, you're absolutely right. Matt Cross is a trailblazer and a guy that, as you mentioned earlier, maybe he hasn't gotten all of the accolades that he should deserve because he has been doing his own thing. He hasn't been that guy who's been on national TV making six figures. He's been wrestling, like you said, in Eskimo camps and all of these other places, almost all 50 states. I believe he's around 44, 45 states he's wrestled in at this point. This man has been all over the map. And tonight, with Bobby Fish in there, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
I think the coolest thing about Matt is that you can't look at him and say, well, because he didn't have that contract, he's less than, or he didn't make it, or anything like that, because Matt Cross has been at all of the top venues in Japan and England, and he's been in front of 70,000 fans in France and Italy, and certainly Lucha Underground, and Bobby Fish is, he was pulling the ear, I believe, quite illegally in the ropes. The referee broke it, and Bobby Fish is upset already.
Well, he's got an ear hole. It's there for a reason, right? You grab it.
It's there for a reason to grab it. I don't think that's why his ear is there.
Well, what other reason would you have a hole in your ear?
Not for anything you've done any time in your life, I guarantee you that. Bobby Fish backs Cross into the corner. Watch the elbows, watch the back kicks. There you go.
Oh, you called it. I love it. Bobby Fish a little bit too smart there. Matt Cross thought he was going to get a clean break. Absolutely not. Not tonight.
Just shot that back kick with the right leg. Right into Cross's rib cage, his midsection. And Cross trying to take a minute to breathe and maybe lull Bobby Fish in. False sense of security. Bobby Fish pulls the leg.
Violently whiplashing was Matt Cross's neck there across the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, Matt Cross hit that turnbuckle right between his shoulder blades. So no protection there. And only that thin padding. And as you see Fish unload with the round kicks, those turnbuckle pads, people may think those aren't pillows. They're not, comfortable.
Yeah.
They are there to shield a thick steel turnbuckle bolt. And, there may be a little bit of padding there, but to hit them full force, you're going to feel it. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Very easily knock the wind out of you at the very least. And now we're seeing Bobby Fish now. This is his type of match at this point. Taking Matt Cross apart piece by piece. Going to keep him on the mat.
Well, Bobby Fish was choking at that point, I think trying to outsmart the official. Not a pin attempt.
This official, I recognize Aaron Grinder. He's in there right now, the official for this matchup. He's quite the ladies' man, as you might know.
Well, I don't know if I hang out in the same circles you do. Bobby Fish. Oh, unloading. This is where Bobby Fish is at his most dangerous because he's meticulous. He's able to zone in, find a target, and Matt Cross, it's harder to hit a moving target, but Bobby Fish says challenge accepted.
Absolutely. What a kick right across the sternum.
Bobby Fish told me earlier he's been training with legendary kickboxer Ernesto Hoost. And that has helped him with some of the ferocity of his kicks. And it's helped him perfect something that is used a lot in MMA, but not a lot in wrestling, which is an inside leg kick. A lot of time when you throw a round kick, maybe not the thigh muscle or try to take out a knee, you'll do an outside leg kick. But Fish sometimes likes to target the inside of the leg, where maybe the athlete's not expecting it. We'll look out for that as this match progresses. Oh, those Muay Thai-like knees. That's Fish in his wheelhouse. As he had that clench in, and just fired away with rights and lefts, and Cross had no way to defend himself.
You talked about Ernesto a little bit ago. I remember those movies. Those were some really funny movies back in the Hey, Vern!
No, not Ernest, not
what?
that guy, no.
Oh.
Hey, Vern, wrong guy.
I was going to say, I'd be pretty surprised if he's an MMA guy. But
Yeah, that's not Jim Varney, but I guess I can't really get on your case too much, as I was talking about card sharks earlier. But in any event, Bobby Fish had a handful of tights. Cross is trying to leverage his way out of it. Now he does. Got the foot up.
Nice job shifting the momentum there in his weight.
Yeah, Matt Cross has to stay in motion. Don't let Bobby Fish catch you. Rapid fire clotheslines.
Matt Cross trying to get this crowd here in Lawrenceburg behind him, and look at that cartwheel into the elbow. Springboard, crossbody.
Nice combo offense. A Matt Cross staple hooks the leg for 2. And Matt Cross can do so much from so many different directions. From the turnbuckle, from the second rope, from the top rope, from the middle of the ring, from the corner of the ring, from the ring post. Matt Cross has an answer no matter where he's located. And now Bobby Fish is located with a place there's a little bit of salvation on the other side of the ropes.
Yeah, it's the first time in this matchup that this has really felt like a Matt Cross-style matchup. As the pace quickened there, he was able to hit those high-impact moves, but Bobby Fish once again slowing things down.
Well, with the ropes in the way, I think Matt was a little bit hindered with what he could do. And I think Fish lured him in expertly. What is this? Oh, wait.
He's going to suplex him out to the floor.
Oh, this could end the matchup instantaneously.
In the
Cross.
matchup, it could end a career.
100% could. Cross lands on his feet. Cross gymnastics since he was a child. AAU champion.
These two men exchanging forearms there on the ring apron.
And that background may have been the only thing that allowed Cross to land on his feet.
And another one.
Who's going to budge? And the pump kick sends Fish down. Leg sweep countered as Cross steps out of the way. Quickens the pace. And Fish had no answer that time. An iron fist for Matt Cross.
And now we're getting into the type of matchup Matt Cross wants this to be. Bobby Fish on the outside. Here comes Cross.
Tope Suicida wipes out the guardrail. Imagine what it did to the anatomy of Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish might be sleeping with the fishes after that maneuver.
The count is on. Oh, Matt's feeling that energy.
These guys got to be aware of that count, though, referee. Up to about 5 or 6 already.
Without question.
Good ring awareness there, Matt Cross rolling Bobby Fish back in there.
I think great call by the Lawrenceburg Event Center to keep these fans so far away from the guardrail so nobody got hurt. Glad to see that there were no innocent casualties. Bobby Fish! Cross walks up his back. Pump kick connects.
That's got to be it.
Matt Cross hooks the leg against her. Man, Cross has been able to hit some high-impact offense, but credit the staying power, the resolve of Bobby Fish.
What a matchup this has been. Matt Cross, though, pulling out a lot of the big bombs there. Bobby Fish able to somehow escape the pinfall.
But who is escaping with their health intact? Who gets to their feet first? It's Matt Cross.
But Bobby Fish able to pick him up here.
Oh, down with a modified Samoan drop. I think Cross tried to drop out of the grip of Fish, but nothing doing. Fish got enough of that impact.
I think you're right. He tried to maybe push himself off, and if anything, maybe injured himself even more, put him in a worse situation.
I don't think Cross could control his landing. He couldn't get the momentum he needed. And Bobby Fish with some momentum, driving Cross back into the corner. And just opening up with the body shots. And there's the inside leg kick we talked about. That's something that a lot of athletes are not prepared for, and it's just going to wrench and jar your leg at a very awkward angle.
That's the one that Ernest taught him, right?
Or Ernesto Hoost, yes, not the guy in the movies.
Okay.
I got a lot to teach you off air.
You know, I really like that time he went to camp.
Okay, I'm sure we can We'll do a podcast about it someday. You can tell the whole story. But Bobby Fish.
Very precarious situation. Both men there on the top rope there.
Well, not much good's going to come of this for at least one of these athletes. Bobby Fish is way up high. But does he have all of his balance? Matt Cross is fighting.
Matt Cross, a couple shots to the midsection there. Headbutt.
Oh, Bobby Fish is down, and he's in position.
This is not where Bobby Fish wants to be with Matt Cross on the top rope.
Matt Cross looking for a shooting. Oh, going for the double stomp instead. Bobby Fish moved out of the way. Matt Cross adjusted and was able to roll free. Fish went for the round kick. Matt Cross the roll up. Chops the shoulders for 2.
Back and forth action here between these two. Look at this.
Cross, look at crucifix. Fish trying to drop down. Cross levers him over for 2. Man, both athletes got the worst of that, but Bobby Fish the roll up. Bobby Fish the tights.
He got him.
Bobby Fish steals it.
Here's your winner, the infamous Bobby Fish!
By hook or by crook, you gotta win the match. And that's exactly what Bobby Fish did right there. He is victorious here tonight in TSW.
Well, certainly a conclusion that's going to live in infamy, courtesy of the infamous Bobby Fish, who committed highway robbery and is getting out of Lawrenceburg with a tainted victory.